$340. That's the number about to leave your account in the next 4 seconds for a bill that isn't even yours. You're holding your card out before you fully decided to. The groom's card just declined behind you at the bar, and he's laughing the way people laugh when they're not actually amused, telling the bartender to run it again. It doesn't go through twice. 6 people are waiting on drinks. Someone's phone is already half up, ready to film it if it turns into a story. You don't check your balance. You don't do the math. You just hand your card over. $340, the bartender says. It goes through on the first try. You're already turning back toward the dance floor before the receipt prints. Get me back Monday, you say. Go dance with your wife. He does. Nobody films anything. The moment dies in about 4 seconds, which is exactly how these things are supposed to die. Except a woman near the end of the bar, 60s, cardigan, a watch you don't recognize the brand of, which means it isn't the kind of watch that needs recognizing, was watching the whole thing, and she doesn't look away when you catch her eye. You didn't even check your balance, she says. Not a question. No reason to. Most people your age check. The last time a number that size actually mattered to you, it wasn't at a bar. It was on a napkin, in a parking lot, with a woman who looked a lot like this one, telling you something you didn't believe for about a week. That was 9 years ago. Tonight, $340 didn't even register as a number. It registered as a reflex. Something happened in between those two moments. It didn't happen tonight. It started on a Tuesday with a car that wouldn't shift into third gear. You're 23, 6 weeks into your first real job, supply chain coordinator, $47,000 a year. Your transmission goes on a Tuesday. The estimate is $1,140. You have $340 in checking. You put it on a store card at 26.9% APR because it's the only one that'll approve you before Friday, and you're sitting in the shop's parking lot afterward just breathing because this is the first time being broke has actually scared you instead of just annoyed you. That's when a woman walks past. Cardigan, gas station coffee, a Honda Civic old enough it doesn't have a backup camera. Eleanor runs operations 2 buildings over from your office. You've seen her alone in the cafeteria before. She clocks your face through the shop window. Transmission? Yeah, $1,140. Just put it on a card. She doesn't say that's rough or sorry to hear it. She says, you had a choice. You just didn't have a plan. Different problem. Then, almost as an afterthought, getting into the Civic, cafeteria sometime. I'll show you something on a napkin that'll bother you for about a week and then fix the rest of your life. You'd think she's being dramatic. She isn't.
She doesn't ask about your goals. She writes one number, 72. Rule of 72. Divided by your interest rate, that's roughly how many years your money takes to double. Nobody teaches you this. Nobody makes money off you knowing it. 72 divided by 8 equals 9 years. Then she writes something else, not explained out loud this time, just written, slid across the table, left to sit there. $587 a month times 36 equals $21,132. $587 a month times 30 years at 8% equals $874,000. You don't say anything for a second. The number just sits there. It doesn't need her to explain it. You'd almost signed a truck lease at exactly $587 a month 4 months earlier, got as far as the demo model, the new car smell, the finance guy leaving the room to check on something. You backed out at the last signature. You didn't know until this exact moment how close you'd actually come to the number on the right side of that napkin instead. It's slow, Eleanor says. That's the whole trick of it. Boring looks like nothing while it's happening. You pay off the $1,140 card first. Takes 5 months and you feel every one, watching interest eat $19, then $14, then $9 off a shrinking balance for a debt that's already gone. Then you open a brokerage account, $75 to start. Set up a $200 automatic transfer timed for the day after payday before you can see the number and talk yourself out of it. Your coworker Danny leases a Range Rover that year, trades in a truck he hasn't finished paying off to do it. You don't say anything. 11 months earlier, you were one signature away from being him.
Your take-home at 23 is $3,140 a month. Rent, $1,050. Groceries and gas, $480. Leftover debt minimum, $60. $1,550 left every month that could go anywhere. Danny's truck payment, $612, is 20% of his entire take-home on something worth less every month he owns it. Your $200 transfer is 6% of yours into something worth more on average every year you leave it alone. Same income, same age, completely different arithmetic. And from a parking lot, you look like the one falling behind. His rims, your tape and mirror Corolla. Nobody watching either of you could see the gap that's actually opening. You're 29 when Danny pitches you on something real for once. A friend of his is opening a food truck. Proven concept, guy's done it before in another city, just needs buy-in partners. Danny's putting in $12,000. He asks if you want in for $18,000, a bigger share, better return. You call Eleanor. She listens to the whole pitch and says one thing. What's your actual return if it works, and what's your actual loss if it doesn't? You don't fully know either number. You go in anyway. $18,000 pulled straight out of the account you've been building for 6 years because for the first time since the truck lease, something looks like it could move faster than 8% a year, and moving faster feels like the smart move instead of the reckless one. The truck lasts 14 months. Bad location, a partner who stops showing up, permits that cost more than projected. You get $3,600 back when it finally folds. That's the number that actually hurts in the moment. It's not the real number. The real number is what that $18,000 would have been worth left alone, compounding at 8%, for the 26 years between 29 and 55. $18,000 times 1.08 to the 26th equals $133,000. You didn't lose $14,400. You lost a shot at $133,000 for a food truck that lasted just over a year.
You don't tell anyone the real number. You go back to Eleanor, expecting the napkin voice, the I told you so she'd have every right to. She doesn't give you one. Instead, for the first time in 6 years, she tells you something about herself. I did this too, once. Not with money, with time. I worked 11 years past when I could have stopped, chasing a number I'd already hit. And by the time I noticed, my son had grown up thinking we were the poor family on the street, because I never once let it show. He doesn't call much anymore. Explaining it now just sounds like an excuse for a decade I can't get back. She doesn't say it like it's a lesson. She says it like it's just a fact she carries, the way you're about to carry $133,000. The mistake isn't the money, she says. It's thinking the number was ever the point. You go back to the $200 transfer, then $250. It takes 2 years longer than it should have to get the account back to where it would have been. You feel every month of that delay. At 31, real offer, $71,000 base plus a $650 a month car allowance. You do the math yourself this time, no napkin required. $650 times 30 years at 8% equals $969,000. You take the job. You put the allowance straight into the account instead of a lease. You buy a 5-year-old Accord for $14,800 cash, and you drive it for the next 9 years without a single upgrade. At 33, director title, $28,000 more a year, 65-hour weeks, a boss 3 people have already quit under. Your account is generating around $1,300 a month on its own now, lower than it would have been without the food truck, and you know exactly why every single month you see that number. $28,000 a year for roughly 25 extra hours a week works out to about $21 an hour for hours you don't currently have to sell, in exchange for something the account is already quietly buying you. You turn it down. first purely financial decision of your life that isn't really about money.
At 34, Eleanor retires. Someone at her send-off jokes about the ancient Civic. She gives the same answer she gave you once, except this time you hear the second half of it differently. The car doesn't know what I'm worth, neither does anyone looking at it. A pause, longer than usual. Most days, that's the whole point of the car. Some days, it's just a car nobody ever asked to be quiet about. Danny's Range Rover gets repossessed that spring. Income never dropped, he just kept stacking obligations against it. You help him with a month's rent, quietly. Neither of you brings up the food truck. Which is where the woman with the unrecognizable watch is still looking at you, waiting for an answer you haven't given yet. You didn't even check your balance, she said. Here's the truth you don't say out loud. You know exactly what $340 is because you spent 6 years and one very expensive food truck learning precisely what a number that size costs and doesn't cost anymore. You didn't stop feeling money, you just stopped needing it to prove anything in front of a bartender. Logistics, mostly, you tell her. Nothing exciting. She nods, satisfied, already scanning the room for the next quiet person. You find Marcus later, mid-dance, and he mouths Monday at you across the room. You nod. You both already know he's going to forget, and it genuinely won't matter either way. Old money was never a bloodline. It was a head start on boring math almost everyone has access to and almost nobody uses, because boring doesn't feel like anything while it's happening. And even when you get it right for 6 years straight, one bad food truck can still remind you exactly how slow and unglamorous the real version of this actually is. So here's the real question, not the comfortable one. What's the $18,000 food truck in your life right now? Not the thing you're tempted to buy to look successful, but the sure thing you're tempted to move too fast on because moving slow finally started to feel boring. Tell me in the comments. I read every one. If this made you rethink what wealth actually costs, not just what it buys, hit like, subscribe. There's another one of these next week.